Well, while new evacuations were ordered today, yesterday's evacuees were allowed to go back and check on their homes.
Melissa Anderson went along with some of those residents for what was a short and bittersweet homecoming. She joins us live from Green Meadow Drive with more on that story. Melissa.
Yeah, Tim and Shannon, you know, as Marnay said earlier, evacuations were made later this afternoon, but people who were evacuated yesterday were allowed to go back into their homes for a brief time to check it out. And while some went home to good news, others, unfortunately, there was nothing left. Cars filled with evacuees were lined up early this morning, waiting for sheriff's deputies to escort them back into their homes. Most of them needed to check on animals or pick up medications and some essential items.
It's very sad for someone to lose their home, but the important thing is that people are safe.
Linda Juvic, her husband Dick, and their dog Copper were escorted to their home on Latigo Road, close to where the fire started. When they returned, they heard the automatic message left by the sheriff to evacuate.
Evacuations have been ordered in the area of the Scratch Gravel Hills due to a large wildfire.
We were being evacuated. It was not an option. That was yesterday.
And like other residents, they had also been handed evacuation orders explaining the importance of leaving.
And that way we know once the evacuation order has been lifted where we can contact them and let them know that it's safe to go back to their home.
The Wampler family was also thankful to return to home and find their bunnies were safe. They too picked up a few items and were gracious that their house is still standing.
It's nice to see our house here. I thought it was gone. I could see it come over the hill, and you could see the trees behind our house were on fire, and I just thought our house was gone. We had one house burned down in Colorado.
But news wasn't so good for David Rico. He and his wife have literally nothing to come home to. Their mobile home was one of 4 homes that burned to the ground after wind shifted.
When we go, so don't start looking for things, you know, that you should souvenirs to get the hell here now.
Meanwhile, fire crews continue to put out hot spots next to those smoldering remains. From Helena, Melissa Anderson for Montana's news station. Yeah, by noon today, you know, the wind started to pick back up. That's when those evacuations came in. And as you can tell behind me, it's still blowing in gusts up to 50 miles an hour or so have been reported in this area. People will not be allowed to go back to their homes until they can deem this area safe. So we just have to hope and pray that the winds die down so they can get a handle on this blaze. Back to you.
Thanks, Melissa. Lewis and Clark Search and Rescue